good news and some really good news. So yeah, we've been pretty busy getting a lot of things done. First, I'll go into the go-kart a bit later, but yeah, I'll show you a couple of things that we've been onto the Civic, the twin turbo K20. So we've got a diff finally. That's just the housing. All the internals have been taken out because I'm just modifying it to suit. Obviously we've got to cut and shut it, and so I've just got rid of all the bracketry, and yeah, and all the centers, all that being taken out. So she's all hollow. So we're just waiting on some parts at the moment for the 4-link. We're putting into a 4-link on this one. Just be a little bit easier. And yeah, so we just want to get that done at the moment, and hopefully that should turn out pretty sweet. Yeah, it was just a long while coming. The diff, I've been it's been like 3 people have been cancelled on me trying to get a diff for this thing. Yeah, it's been a pig of a bloody year, I tell you. Yeah, so it's an R31 diff out of a yeah, 31 obviously, or a Pintara, whatever you call it. The only reason why I did want to get it is they do have some pretty strong shafts, and also the 4x114 stud pattern. That stud pattern is exactly the same as what I've got on the over here. The same stud pattern as I got on the front shafts here. So yeah, so that's the reason why I've gotten that. Yeah, so that's what I'm just waiting on those coming out at the moment. I've ordered all the. I've just got it as a kit. I was going to order just some Heim joints and whatnot, but I think it'll be easier ordering a whole kit and yeah, getting it done like that. So yeah, so we've been busy getting that done, and obviously really busy on the go-karts. Let's have a look at the car. Finishing up all the wiring and all the little bits and pieces on it. So we have hooked up the oil cooler, just so, because I had to turn over the motor a few times. I just didn't want oil spurting out everywhere. And all the wiring is almost done. It's not cleaned up, but it's almost done. So we have, yeah, ran it from to the fuel pump, which we showed in the last one. That's all wired up. Davis Craig thermofan's wired up. ECU is obviously wired up. That's just my little PDM that I've just got all the relays and fuses in there. The shifter is wired up. Battery's obviously wired up. The LS1 coil packs are wired up. And yeah, all the leads are all going to the top, because we got rid of the standard coil packs because they didn't have igniter. So we have yeah, so that's obviously LS1 coil packs are inbuilt igniter. Yeah, so this is all set up. 6860 is all set up, the EMS. As we said last one, it's an older ECU, but great, does a perfect job for what we want. Yeah, and this is the masterpiece that we've been waiting for. Thanks very much to Stephen Grimmer on just a friend of mine on Facebook. He done me a good deal on this dash. He'd won this dash I think a couple of years ago, and he was going to put it in his Camaro, I think so. Yeah, so I had organised one. I had organised to get one about yeah, I'd organised to get a dasher around about last year. The guy was going to take it out over Christmas. Yeah, so I've been waiting passionately to get that. Yeah, stuffed me around, just didn't happen. So that's what in that last video, that's what I was actually waiting for. Yeah, so that never happened. That counts. I'll just quickly go a bit of a shout out on Facebook to anyone that had one, because EMS is actually closed down now. They've been closed down for a couple of years. But these dashes are great. They're awesome dashes, awesome ECUs. They make some good shit. Yeah, so I just shout out, and Steve actually he popped up first. Set a price at the start because it is brand new. These were worth almost $2,500, but I wasn't going to pay that for a go-kart. So yeah, he done me a great deal on the price, and yeah, so that's what I was waiting for, and I'm very glad that I did, because I did say about the fitment on it, because I didn't know what if it's exactly the same. I thought it was more similar than it was, because the old because this is an EDL 8, the old one was an EDL 7. So the other one had only 3 mounting points, and this one's got all 4. And also it has an extra outlet at the back. I would it's a bit too hard to take it off at the moment. So yeah, so that's great. So we got that organized as well. Now coming down to ECU and wiring everything up. I've yeah, just quickly and figgled, just twisted and turned all the sensors, and same thing, a little cry out for help of getting it some RPM, and come across Dale on Facebook as well, and yeah, we finally got we have got very low voltage, but I think we should be right to turn on. So ignition, fuel pump works, primes obviously, video dash, obviously it still has the plastic protector on it, so that's is ready to go, and there you go, we've got all the communications. Everything's actually working right now. I haven't actually set up the dash. I know it's only 7,000 RPM and the booster goes a lot further. That is not set up right now. Yeah, as I said, I did like these ones do come with the shift lights up top, which is awesome. It's just a great looking dash, that's all. Obviously data logging on the side here, and yeah, I have not been into any settings yet. I have not changed anything. I've just put it on. Had to cut a couple more holes out because it does have another hole out the side on the back for the sensors. So yeah, I did not change that. So yeah, so I had to cut out on the back another little round hole on the back, because that was all from the sensors. The old EDL 7, the one I did mount that from, that plate from on the old one, didn't actually have that. So that's all turned out okay. I've actually, yeah, so this is all can be mounted now, so it's great. And yeah, as you see, the start button is just a single flick up for the ignition, and obviously start, and then very low voltage obviously, but, and you can see we have RPM. So thanks very much to Dale for that. Really appreciate that. He got a few little mishaps that I had on the EMS setup. Yeah, so he helped me great there. Thank you very much. Yeah, so we are all ready. So if I don't actually have fuel in it, not hooked up. Like, I do have a new rail coming at the moment, but yeah, I don't have no fuel hooked up. I did have the pipe hook, the intake pipe done off, and the quarter pipe off, sorry, and the throttle blade showing. So I did start spray some start bar. So I don't have a map as such in the ECU at all, but I've got the ignition timing obviously done, and yeah, we got some bangs and pops. So that to me is time to take it off. I don't need to get it running like this. I can't drive it because, as I said, it is only half welded, so it's not something that I can really get running and yeah, take it out on the street, because I'll have the urge to do that. So yeah, it's officially working. It's officially wired up, and everything's yeah, good to go. So pretty happy with that. Now the shift buttons are just mounted on the dash, on the steering wheel, sorry. The other I have not wired in the other one. One of them broke. But to work the shifter there, to actually activate, because it's got a little box down there over in the PDM. It's for the shifter. So we need to engage it. So yeah, actually hold it down for around about 5 seconds. That's what it is in, and then we have activation. So as soon as you hit that button, then we will have that working. Yeah, so everything is ready to go. Yeah, I just really need to take it apart, get it powder coated, and put it all back together. Obviously a little bit more tinkering here and there, and finishing off stuff when I put it back together. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's great sitting position. I'm still doing that heat shield. I've got a better idea to do heat shield. I'm not going to actually weld the nuts here anymore. Just yeah, I just figured that it'll actually get a lot more heat from the actual exhaust manifold itself. I'm going to take them off through the top instead. And this is the old EGR for the exhaust gases here. Yeah, so I'm going to make up a plate and come off of there. Would be a lot easier. So yeah, that's all in all, everything's working. Yeah, fan turns on the ECU as well. That's all done. I've got all the sensors coming, so I have air temperature sensor ready to go. That's on its way. I'm gonna probably just wait till just turn this all off so the battery doesn't go flat. So we got air temperature to bung in there and wire up. Then on the bottom, we got a it's just an oil pressure switch. We have got an oil pressure sensor to wire up, and also 2 wires here for boost solenoid. Obviously, boost solenoid will be a later thing. It'll be just on gate at the moment. No, you don't want to test the limits too much at the moment, but yeah, that's what it is. Thermo fan and oil fans, because this actually has, as you can see, 3 computer fans, high flow for computer fans on the back of there. That's loose because it's not tight. That is actually hooked up to the thermo fan, so when they turn on, they turn on. I can do it later on. I can hook it up to another auxiliary. The computer's still got a few auxiliaries, and the dash has got all its auxiliaries left over as well. So yeah, so I have that left and that to do later. There's still so many things I can wire in. So I'm not doing a complete harness on this one like the boat. The boat, I didn't really mil spec it, but I heat shrinked everything, and everything looks $1 million on that thing, because I know I'm just going to touch this one more. I'm going to put more sensors, more safety features on the thing, and more data logging. So I want to be able to add. I'll just clean everything up. I'll just put conduit over everything, and yeah, that'll be fine for what it is. So yeah, so that's all working. I'm pretty happy about that. Getting a couple of comments on YouTube saying they're pretty wrapped with it and it's going to be mental. Yeah, so that's great. People are actually seeing it, because yeah, it's going to be something different. Yeah, so that's the deal with this bad boy. There's not really much more to do about it. I'm just going to probably wait for these sensors to come. hook these sensors up. If I hook these sensors up, once I hook these sensors up, I think yeah, that's when I will actually pull it apart. I just wanted to, I was pretty skeptical about the dash because I didn't know 100% about screwing the, like putting the dash on. So I'm very lucky now that I did, because I would have had to, yeah, freaking stuff all the bloody paint, or if I get it powder coated it all up. So that's great. That I've yeah, I just took my time on that. Yeah, so everything had everything ordered a few weeks ago. So a lot of, like, few things are coming from China, obviously. Yeah, so that's good. That's where I'm at the moment. Yeah, just trying to make it as safe as possible as well. I know it's going to be stupid and reckless, but it's yeah, something else to do. Roll racers, got a couple of things I've still got to do. I haven't looked at it too much because I've been busy on the Kart. But yeah, pretty close anyway. There's not really much more I need to mount up before I pull it apart. Yeah, I just want to just make sure things are working. I just don't know. Got to do the diff, obviously. So that's a great thing, because the diff had taken me. I'd organised that before Christmas with a couple of guys. Actually, well before Christmas with a couple of guys. And yeah, everyone cancelled. I don't know what's to go with R31 diffs, but yeah, everyone cancels on you. So yeah, it was great to get that. So I can get that mounted up. So that's great. And so that's good. We got that, and we're gonna mount that up. Literally, all I got to do on this thing, I'll name it off as a list, is diff. So obviously rear wheels, get them mounted. All the front arms, get them done, obviously with arm joints. Steering, I have a steering rack that I'm getting off of mate, so that's good. Mount that, mount front radiator. Well, we were going in the back, now we are going in the front. And mount seats, and yeah, mount seats, steering column, and pedal box. Oh, and exhaust. Okay, that's done. Yeah, that's seriously it. Okay, there's a little bit of time there, but I could literally knock that off in a few days. But I'm just working out of what I need with the exhaust for a fact. The exhaust, I've had like a million ideas of where to run the exhaust. Yeah, like everyone knows me how crazy I am. I love going out the sides, and yeah, like just as short as possible and have it as loud as possible. But I sort of want this to be a drive 2-track car. Well, I have had a million ideas to mount the exhaust. So the original idea for the exhaust was to just go straight, come right across, and then both of them come straight down. There's a little hole down there, hasn't gone through the other panel yet, and run the whole way down to the back. And then, yeah, out there. Either have 2 tips or 1. I was thinking of just 2-3 inches all the way back. But the only thing is, so I'll have to do two 3s. And now with the bends that I have to do, so I've got to do like a hard 90 here, a hard 90 there, a straight over the diff, well, a little bit of a turn here, a straight, over the diff, and then like another dump. I've got so many little restrictions there that how much horsepower that I'm actually hoping for, I'm gonna just be killing it. So yeah, so I don't want to rob it for power, and yeah, but I don't also want it to sound loud when driving. Obviously I'm trying to get to the best of both worlds. So yeah, so we've had some few ideas. The newest idea at the moment, yeah, if you guys want to help me out, I don't know, yeah, it's a bit hard. So the newest idea was to run it out, run down here, 3" obviously off the turbo, 3" off this one. That's what it is now. It's 3" off there now. I was going to do a Y here, with a electronic exhaust valve, and like a single 4 or even twin 3s coming up out the exhaust, out the bonnet. Obviously when that's shut, it then goes back down into the whole way down. I was just going to do like a single 2" exhaust, like 2.5" exhaust, just so that you could drive on the street, flick the switch and comes out of here. The only bad thing is this hood exit right here this is right hand drive. So, and as you see, a lot of hood exit exhaust, they are on opposite side, because when you drive a hood exit exhaust, it gets so foggy and fumy on your, more foggy on your windscreen. So yeah, so I'm a bit of a pickle at the moment. Alright blokes, so leave it there. Just yeah, so hopefully we can I just gotta wait for these sensors to come in. We'll get this thing pulled apart and yeah, get it all powder coated and get it all finished up. Yeah, so we'll leave it at that. Have a good one guys, peace out.